This is a town centre car park behind me. It is the old council offices, and this is where people have been campaigning to get the cruise ship buses to come and park up and drop off. Down there, which we're going to go and see in a second, is the bottom of Rodwell Avenue, which is where they drop off at the moment. But there was a test done to stop dropping them off there, bring them over here, see if the Portland Authority and the council were both in agreement that it worked. The council even offered the Port Authority to do it as free car parking and not charge them for it if it all worked. And apparently it all worked, apart from Dawn, who then got involved, and then all of a sudden it all stopped, all because Dawn didn't want it to happen, because Dawn wanted it at the other end. So we're going to go and have a look at the other end. Yesterday I did a video talking about the walking of the dogs on the beach and how health and safety were shut on the day that it was decided that people can only walk their dogs past the groin. It's a health and safety nightmare. I'm looking at another one now. Total health and safety nightmare. What have the risk assessment unit been doing? What have health and safety been doing? Are all these departments within the council just totally asleep? Or do they just do what someone tells them to do? I.e., and I'll keep mentioning the lady's name, but she's the one in charge, Dawn. You know, does everybody have to, when Dawn says jump, everybody says how high? Is that the way it works? Caution, bus is turning. Now, what's the first thing that you notice? Because the first thing I notice is look at the state of that roundabout. I mean, look at it. The camber in the road is all wrong. The whole layout of that roundabout is all wrong. And can you see how the middle of the roundabout is getting the top taken off it? This is because the bottoms of the buses are smashing into it. Look at it. This is caused by the bottom of the buses. Right? Huge, massive, double-decker buses coming down here and trying to offload people to walk through the town. Huge buses coming down this road, getting to this tiny little roundabout that's knackered, that hasn't got the right camber on it. It's not set out straight, it's not safe. It is completely and utterly dangerous. So let's leave there. Now, when these people get off the bus, a lot of the cruise ship visitors are elderly. This has to be said. A lot of the cruise ship visitors, they're very elderly. And, you know, locals I've been talking to here say they see them getting off these coaches that are laid on from the Portland port. And some of them get off with their Zimmer frames and so on. And they'll get off the bus round about here, come into town. Now, this is where Dawn wants them to get off the bus. This is her pet project. Nobody that lives here wants the buses round here. Nobody. But Dawn wants the buses round here. Something else you need to be aware of. And this really bothers me, this does. So as you come down here, and you've got all of this all boarded up, all Brewers Quay, all boarded up, look. Right, I mean, a lot of that scaffolding is starting to come down there. But then you have these massive adverts. And they're all, we are Weymouth. So, you've paid for that out of your levy. You paid for that one there. I, personally, if I had an advert that big there wouldn't be any weeds anywhere near it. I would make sure of that. So let's just go around here a bit. Let's just follow the ugly hoarding, because it is an ugly hoarding. I just don't think that we've done the best thing by spending a load of levy payers' money on tarting up something that none of us are going to get any benefit out of. There we go. Right. See the weeds?
Better shape up.
Is that not shit?
Need a man.
Absolute shit. Then we have the advertising. Then we have another one. Then we have another one. So I count.
You all right, mate?
I'm counting about a dozen of these so far. And look at this. Look at the weeds. How does that not detract? And look at the pictures that they're using. They're old pictures. And look at the state of them. When you have your name to something, you need it to be clean. These are not clean. These are the opposite of clean. And they're falling apart. And they're not cheap. Paid for all this. I mean, seriously, who's paid for all this? The pictures, some of them are out of date. You can look on there, you can see businesses on the pictures that aren't in existence anymore. That's not a good advert for Weymouth, is it? These massive hoarding signs in filth. I mean, it's just filthy all the way round. Nobody can be bothered to even bring a broom and sweep it. And these are the adverts. I'm going to show you this one. I mean, I'm just showing you one little corner. I'm just showing you one little corner, right? This little corner here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, how many thousands has this cost? And how everything around here is knackered. Drains are full up with leaves. Nobody's clearing them out. All of this, nobody wants to spend what? I mean, you could. It makes me so wild when I see things like this, because how much would it cost to keep this area clean and tidy, where you are spending thousands of pounds? And when I say thousands of pounds, oh, I mean thousands of pounds. I mean, you think we're finished there? No. We're not finished there. There's more there. There's more there. There's more going around there. And if we just walk around here, look at that, we can see more, and more, and more, and more, and more, going all the way up. All of it, none of it tidy, none of it clean and tidy, none of it washed, nothing. Not only is none of it clean and tidy, the whole area around here could do with a bit of a spruce up, a little bit of a clean. Land train comes here, that's nice. Oh, and look what we've got right opposite. Right, that is the We Are Weymouth offices, right there. Right opposite this. Right opposite. So, kind of, that resonates a little bit with me, don't it? There aren't many businesses here. I love these things, by the way. I think it's a great idea getting one right outside the We Are Weymouth offices. And they're dotted around all over town. I just think questions have to be asked sometimes, right? Why have we spent thousands and thousands of pounds for hoarding signs at the bottom of the brewery, whatever you want to call it, the old brewery, the brewery, whatever? Why are we, the levy payers, spending thousands and thousands of pounds on that? Not long ago, you know, there was stories in the Echo about, oh, this is all being put together and it's all being redeveloped and the insides of it all up for rent and all up for this, and there's shops. Oh, there's going to be shops here. It's going to be similar to what it was before, with people all being able to rent shops, etc. What a load of old toffee. What a load of rubbish. The story in the Echo was completely false. And when I say false, I mean false. And I know this because, and that's only because the Echo was led up the garden path with rubbish and lies. I know all of this because I made inquiries. Because the shop that we've opened, I had the idea for the bottom of this place. And I was told, no, the only large retail area there's going to be in here is going to be for a pub, another pub. I mean, we've got them closing down all over the place, but let's put another one in, eh? And let's put it in opposite a pub. You've got the Red Lion in Hope Square. How many pubs do you need in this little square? You've got the Old Rooms just at the end there. You've got all these restaurants and brasseries round here, all selling food and drink and wine, but we need another boozer, a big boozer in the bottom of this brewery. Why? Because it was a brewery and therefore we've got to have a boozer in it? There was nothing wrong with it the way it was before. It was a great big boozer, there was lots of live entertainment, there was entertainment all over Brewery Square, and there was lots of shops inside, and they were all like bigger versions of what I'm doing in Artisan Island, were all in here, and there was nothing wrong with it. Now it seems we have to spend thousands upon thousands upon thousands of pounds on what is essentially a private development. I mean, who owns this development? Mind you, I'm out of touch, I get that. And by all means, you know, put me right in the comments, etc. What's going on here is wrong. Feeding in the cruise ship visitors to this little square is wrong. And that's only being done because Dawn wants to look after a handful of the retailers that are on this side. Trouble is, a lot of those people on the cruise ships, they do walk into town, yes, but there's also a lot of people on the cruise ships that will start walking up towards the bridge and then turn around and come back. They can't manage to walk uphill. They should be dropped off at the old council offices car park, where if they want to come down here, they can walk downhill. And yes, they'll have to go uphill if they want to go back, or call a cab or something like that. But putting them up by the council offices is the best place, the safest place to put these buses. It is not down here with this little tiny dangerous roundabout annoying all of the residents just to curry favour with half a dozen different businesses. And that's all it is. There's half a dozen different businesses that she's currying favour with. Probably less than that. It needs to stop. All this favouritism needs to stop. You need to do stuff that's fair for everybody. And fair for everybody will be putting those buses at the old council offices, not dangerously down this end. What's your thoughts? And don't forget, this video is sponsored by Artisan Island 22 to 23 St Thomas Street. If you'd like to sponsor a video, we're starting off at 25 quid. And I'll guarantee you a minimum of 10,000 views. We'll see how we get on with that. And please do leave a review on the page if you haven't already, and please do leave a review on one of the businesses on our page or share one. Many thanks. Bye for now. Every business in town needs your support, whether they're this side of the harbour or whether they're the other side of the harbour. It doesn't matter where they are, they all need equal support. That's all I'm saying. There's the roundabout, right? Dangerous roundabout. I can tell you that is a totally dangerous roundabout. Look at it from this angle and you can see how badly that dips down. What you got here, you've got an accident waiting to happen. This was a car park. All of that, yeah I know, all of that was a car park. You can see me. All of that was a car park. And so coming down here with the old buses wouldn't have made that much of a difference. If you come down there and parked in a car park. But no, greed has to take the car park that is really close to town, really close to the sea up there and so on. We've got to take that away and we've got to put a load of flats in there. And then when we've done that, we're going to bring double-decker bus after double-decker bus after double-decker bus down here, and that bus has to turn round on this little tiny roundabout. That's what they have to do. And you might be looking at that thinking, well, yeah, it's all right, he managed, didn't he? What about when you get 5 of them? What about when you get 3, 4, 5 buses? Alternatively, of course, before you have the conversation, you could just wait until someone gets killed, eh? Whilst coming down here videoing, I've just watched people getting back on that bus because they don't want to walk all the way through and all the way up to the bridge to then go in town. In actual fact, I've asked, there's some people I've been talking to and I'm hoping to get some pictures, etc. That happens a lot. People get back on the bus because they can't be bothered. They haven't got the energy to walk all the way up there and all the way round the town. It's parking these buses in the wrong place just to do a few people a little favour. My opinion is that's got to stop and we've got to have a better conversation about this.